Good evening, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Friday Night Songwriting Highlights. This is the show where I play a song for you, and then I explain why I think it's a good song. I'm creating a new series on this show where I talk about songs that I've written or co-written, and hopefully I'll be able to get some other people in to help me do that. But COVID's kind of put the kibosh on hanging out with other musicians in person right now, so that might have to wait till a little bit later. The song that I chose for this evening is a song that I wrote with my friend Adam Brooks, a very talented artist, filmmaker, and musician, and it is called Drugs and Hugs. Stick around and have a listen.
What would we do without drugs? What would we do without hugs? Would we laugh or would we cry? Or would we just wonder why it's so hard to get by? What would we do for fun? Go outside and stare at the sun? Or stay at home with a gun and a bullet? Only need one. What would I do without you? Lie in bed and feel blue? Well, I'm sorry, babe, I've got a few better things to do. What would I do if there's a flood? Don't ask me, my name is Mud, and I don't go out in floods. I got drugs for my stomach, I got drugs for my nose, I got drugs for my back, I got drugs for my toes. Won't we do without drugs? Won't we do without hugs? Would we laugh or would we cry? Or would we just wonder why it's so hard to get by?
Okay, well that's Drugs and Hugs. Okay, well that's Drugs and Hugs. It's not drugs or hugs, right. Alright. Okay, well that's Drugs and Hugs. It's a song that I wrote with my friend Adam, as I said in the introduction. At its core, what I would like to get into is just sort of the nature of songwriting, why we do it, what does it mean. So this is going to go back to the video that I shot, the John Fogerty video, It's Almost Saturday Night. So what I learned from making that John Fogerty video is that songs are very, very good at capturing a specific feeling and relating that to a specific time or place. There's lots of great examples of this, but that song, It's Almost Saturday Night, I think perfectly encapsulates the feeling of waiting for the weekend and that kind of elated excitement that you get right before your shift is done and you know the weekend is coming. So, how does this apply to Drugs and Hugs? So the story behind this song is that Adam and I were just hanging out and playing music and just sort of, we write a lot of stuff, we talk about lots of ideas for movie scripts and just generally have fun creating things. So that's kind of what this song encapsulates. I was smoking pot. No, wait, I wasn't smoking pot because my lighter wouldn't work. And I said, what will we do without drugs? And that was the generation of the song. I don't remember all of the specific details as to how we wrote it at that point. I'm pretty sure that I kind of just made a few suggestions and Brooks pretty much wrote the majority of this song because I don't remember really writing any chord changes. I think he just kind of started playing it on the spot and we just sort of started riffing. So that's kind of what this song is about. So the writing of the song is the same as the feeling of the song. It's having fun with music. It's having fun with songwriting, and it's just having fun creating shit for no reason other than to create it. Because, frankly, this is not a number one hit song. It's kind of a random fun song that, well, it did find its way into the credits of a movie that Adam made, but I can't think of very many other applicable uses for this song other than just listening to it for your own enjoyment, for one's own enjoyment, for my own enjoyment. It's a fun song to play. It's fun as hell. But there is a little bit more to it because I'm sure that Adam wrote the bridge. He was at the time taking some prescription drugs, and I think that this was weighing sort of heavily on his mind. We often talked about existentialism, about depression, about all sorts of psychological human traits that are sort of unusual, but perhaps have certain benefits in certain situations. So I kind of feel that there is a little undercurrent in this song that relates to the overprescription of drugs in our society to deal with just anything rather than getting to the core systemic issues of that problem. So the bridge. I've got drugs for my stomach. I've got drugs for my nose. I've got drugs for my back. I've got drugs for my toes. Well, I guess you could have drugs for your toes, but it's kind of pushing the absurd. Everybody has drugs for their stomach and their nose, maybe for their back, maybe for their toes. So it's sort of a jab at this idea of how we overprescribe medication in society, but it's also kind of playing with the absurdity of it. But the absurdity of the song is kind of the paramount thing to take away here, that it's absurd and funny and ridiculous and fun, and that the act of creating the song and the act of playing the song basically elicit the same feeling. So I guess really this song is ultimately just about how fun it is to create random stuff for no reason and how much fun music is to play. So chew on that. Well, thanks very much, and if you've stuck around to the end of the video, I'd sure appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, and feel free to comment and share as well. That would help this channel grow, because there's zero chance that I'm going to be able to monetize anything. Really, these are educational videos and fun videos, hopefully, and I'd just rather focus on that rather than trying to monetize this and actually make it into a business. So on that note, thanks very much for listening, and remember, go out there and write a song. It's easier than you think. That tagline that I came up with is a direct reflection back to the time that I spent with Adam just having fun creating songs. To be honest, before I started making songs with him, I was very obsessed with serious songs and serious music and how can we make a very important song. But that's not really what it's all about for me. It's really just about the act of creation, which should be a fun endeavor that everybody gets to participate in. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you around.